Hey guys, I'm Dani and welcome back to Summer Skye Gardens. In case you're new here, I live in the North Houston area and have a flower farm in Splendora, Texas. I just got out to the farm this morning. We had a massive thunderstorm last night. Had a tree fall down in my backyard. Luckily didn't damage anything, thank goodness. But our farm is about 20 minutes away in Splendora, Texas, which is like the northeast side of Houston. And I am fixing to go do a tour and make sure nothing got messed up or damaged. So far, everything I've seen looks fine. I was very happy to get a lot of rain because we hadn't had rain in a handful of days and I didn't want to water. But I figured this is probably a good time for me to just kind of show you around the farm what all's growing and happening here in April. So let's go check it out. So first thing, I'm an idiot. And I've been hardening off my seedlings. These are all zinnias, lots for the U-pick field as well as some for the production field. And I left them out here, out of cover, not, I guess, realizing how bad the storm was gonna get. So a lot of them are like flopped over. Now they should recover, at least most of them. A lot of them still look fine. But you can tell where they really got beat up. So I'm just gonna kind of leave them alone and hope that they're salvageable. Because if I lose a lot of these, I'm gonna be pretty upset, but it's my own dang fault. Moving on over here, these are all my chrysanthemums. I am moving out of this backyard area over here, setting up a little plot. I don't really have time this year, or at least right now, to like actually till and plant them in the ground. That's what I want to do eventually. So I think for the rest of this year, I'm just going to leave them in the grow bags. They've done fine in here, and just kind of set them up out there where I can net them for the fall. And then next winter, I will take the time to actually make a new section here to plant them in the ground. And that way I can add more and more and more as I take cuttings and produce new plants. And then that way I can start to kind of clean up this backyard area and make it look a little more presentable when we have people start coming to the farm. And then just have a few little eucalyptus plants that are growing really nicely now that it's warming up outside. This one's really taking off. I forget the varieties, but they're looking good. Over here, I moved all my mum cuttings to this undercover area. And while they're growing like really good, I cannot, for the life of me, get rid of these dang aphids. I mean, I have tried multiple sprays, pretty much everything that's recommended. I've tried releasing ladybugs, which I think helped a little, but they will just not freaking go away. So I wanted to sell some in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna really have to take a close look to see if any of these are sellable, but my gut feeling is that they may not be, which I'm just gonna have to, you know, abandon that plan for this year and do it next year. I mean, like I said, like they've grown great and I will plant a lot of these for my farm. I was just really hoping to sell cuttings because there's a lot of people that want them. There's not enough people growing them, I think. And it's easy to do. It's a good money maker, but I cannot sell anything less than an excellent product. And right now they are not excellent. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in mum cuttings. If I cannot get rid of these aphids and get them top quality, then we are not going to do it this year and we will try next year. All right, here is our large U-pick field. And you can see I have a bunch of zinnias already planted and they keep trying to bloom on me because it's warmed up, which I'm gonna cut these back and disbud any because I want them to get a lot bigger, obviously, before they start blooming. But pretty much I have 10 rows on this side that are going to be mostly zinnias with a few other flowers, like, let me show y'all down here. This row is going to have gomphrena and maybe hibiscus. I forget what I'm planning on, but I'll probably put in like some celosia and amaranth, just because those are a couple of other fun summer flowers. And then have like a little pathway break here. And then this whole side is going to be sunflowers. So you can see a bunch that are already popping up. And I'm glad it rained because I planted a bunch the last couple of days. We're doing a ton of different varieties because I thought that would be really fun for people to see all the different varieties of sunflowers that you can grow. And as of right now, I just have this last row to plant, which I'll probably do today while the soil's nice and wet. And then come back, and a lot of the rows I only did like half the row because you want to have successions of sunflowers. So like these all are starting up, so then I'll come back and add some more on this side. I do long rows of successions because I have an earthway seeder and it's just easier, but I'm very, very excited to see this all growing and blooming at some point and getting people out here to enjoy and experience our farm. So we'll probably have like where people come in this front gate. I'm trying to set up like a little parking area, and then come over here. I'll have like a little welcome table, check in, you know, buy your container. I'll show you guys a closer up. I finished my little mural over there where you can take pictures, and then yeah, you can come cut flowers up in here. And I think it'll be really cool, really fun, a great way to bring people out to the farm. All right, here we are over in like the perennial bulb area. Please ignore the weeds. I've not been able to weed a lot of the areas, which I don't really care personally because stuff is still growing, but at some point I need to get in here and clean it up. These are all the daffodils here. They are pretty much done now that it's warmer. I had some lilies that were planted here that got ruined by the freeze, and I don't think they're gonna do anything, and I'm just not worrying about it right this second. Back here is where I planted in the fall some mountain mint, and it is looking really nice. Nice long stems. I've only ever grown this for foliage before, so I might let it bloom and see what it does, but even still it smells amazing, and it's really nice to put in bouquets for smell as well as greenery. I think next year I'll plant some more of that. Let's go down here. So this is all my anemones. They're pretty much done. I think just with the warmer weather we've had, and they've kind of just like run their course timing wise. A bunch of lilies. These are the Purple Dreams, which are so pretty. They're like a really rich pink color. They are budded up and fixing to bloom, and I'm starting to harvest those. Over here is some yarrow. I did come in and weed this area some. This is a new variety I'm growing. I think it's like pearl something. It's cute. It's not getting really tall. Let's see if I can find the name. Oh yeah, like pearl something. This was a summer berries mix, or it was supposed to be, but they're all white. So I think I received the wrong yarrow, but it's pretty and I'll use it. I was just really hoping for a lot of like pinky colors. This is yellow, which has not started to bloom yet. That's like more the native variety, so it'll probably start to bloom after a little while. Yeah, here's the lilies. Oh yeah, so this is like about when you want to cut a lily, when the first bud has started to color up, and then you can store them in your cooler for a few weeks. And what'll happen is that first bud opens up and then the rest of them will gradually open up. So I'll have to come in and cut some of those. Here is some salvia that I planted in the winter. I need to weed this area, and it's growing. There's a baby bloom. So this is a perennial that I'll leave here to grow. Here is the ranunculus. So the earlier ranunculus are pretty much done, and this was the last group I planted. They've definitely done better as far as like height and bloom size. This is the telecote or telecote, I don't know how you say that. So they kind of have like different colors in the blooms, but overall I think getting the ranunculus in early and getting them to bloom earlier before it really starts to warm up is the key. And yeah, I think that's it. There's some more lilies. Let's go. Oh yeah, and then over here, this is where I planted some autumn fire sedum, which is, I've never grown this before. I ordered some plugs. It's looking really good. It's supposed to be a perennial where I live. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm assuming it's gonna bloom in the summer. All right, let's walk over to the main production area. All right, so on this side, all of these are zinnias. So I have, this row is gonna be all binnery, individual colors. These are all my Queen series, and then all the ones back there are floret zinnias. They're all looking really nice. This is cress, emerald beads cress that I planted. I only did a couple of successions of this. It's a really nice filler. I'm gonna try to harvest a bunch of seed because the seed right now is really hard to find now that Floret doesn't sell it anymore. This is a whole row, almost a whole row of Lisianthus, a little bit of zinnias at the end. Those are looking really good. This is Feverfew, which looks great. Some of them are trying to put up stems maybe toward the end. And then this is my row of stock, which also look great. I've been able to start harvesting some blooms. I had my first succession that I planted, a lot of them died. I wasn't really sure why some of them did and the other ones didn't. But this is one of my favorite spring flowers because it's so pretty. It smells nice. It lasts a long time in the vase. Oh yeah, here's a Feverfew trying to put up a bloom. These are nice because they'll kind of bloom into the summer. Let's find a couple more stock blooms. I did a lot of different colors. Yeah, here's a lavender. This is really pretty. I think my favorite one is the Quartet Rainbow. Let's see if I can find one that has like the ombre color. I picked a couple yesterday. I'll show you guys. I think I have some stems inside, but it branches. I thought it would branch at the bottom, but it branches at the top, and you get a lot more flowers per stem. And the other ones I've picked, they have like an ombre pink to cream effect. Super, super pretty. But definitely really like this one just because you get so many more flowers per stem. So you can see I do still have some open areas, like that whole area needs to be filled with zinnias. Up in here, I think this is going to be celosia. I have it all written down. So I have to get some more seed started. But so far, I mean, everything is looking wonderful. I have to come in with the zinnias and put in some stakes and netting. Always a never-ending list of things to do. Let's go down this row. And you can see, like, yeah, still have open areas that I'm gradually filling in with summer flowers, heat-loving flowers. This is all my straw flower, and it's already blooming. I didn't think this was going to bloom until summer. But it's already budding up. I've cut a few blooms. I think this is just like the king mix, so a lot of different kind of pinky colors. Here are some marigolds I planted. Kind of bummed that like probably about half of them did not survive the transplanting, but the other ones did. This is like a white one, so I'll come in and add like the gold and the orange. This is a later succession of status, and then this is all my first succession of status. Pretty much everything you're seeing was planted in the fall because it gets so warm here so early, so quickly. I do not plant any cool flowers in the spring. Everything is fall planted and overwintered. Here is my rattle poppies. So these, I am not cutting the flowers. I am letting them bloom and then go to seed so that I can harvest the seed pods. Hold on, let me focus. Because the seed pods are supposed to be pretty cool once they like fill up and mature, and be really nice to use in bouquets. Let's see, more status. Have some that have fallen over with the storm. Looks like this is a fresh poppy that bloomed. I mean, they're really pretty, but the tough thing with poppies is that they only have a vase life of like a day or two. This is all my mignonette that is finishing up here. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Let's go around to here. A bunch of snapdragons. I only grew Madam Butterfly this year. I just kind of ran out of time to do other ones. They're really pretty, but once it warms up more, they won't like it. But so far they're doing really good. Let's come over here. Let's see, these are all cosmos. We got to come in and plant some more later succession of snapdragons. Over there was my bupleurum, which did terrible, and I've tried this a couple times now. It's really pretty, but I just cannot get it to grow, no matter if I try to start it inside or direct seed it. So it's getting the axe for next year. Here's some more snapdragons. These are all bells of Ireland, which did wonderful. Still cutting on those. Let's see, let's look at the snapdragons. So I like the Madam Butterfly because they're just a little more frilly. And then you can see here is a lot more Lisianthus, which look great. My first succession of Lisianthus pretty much all died, which really sucked, but live and learn. Yeah, here's the bells. Let me zoom in. This is a really pretty, fun greenery. I've started this inside as well as direct seeded, and it was about the same either way. And then lilies. So I kind of ran out of my designated lily space, so I planted the rest kind of out in the field. This is a really pretty red color called bald eagle, but they're kind of getting, they started flushing out a few weeks ago, and they're kind of getting to their end. Okay, so that's kind of everything that's growing right now. So basically the next few weeks, my main tasks are just starting seeds, getting more things planted, you know, continually harvesting for sales. My wildflower field, I'm not going to show you guys because a lot of the flowers got knocked down with the storm. It's finally putting out some flowers and some blooms. It's not as full as I wanted because if you saw one of my previous videos or not, I said that, sorry, I thought there was a bug on me. It's a leaf. I had a really bad leaf cutter infestation, leaf cutter ant infestation, and they ate a lot of my, they ate and tore down a lot of my earlier wildflower seedlings that popped up, like all the bluebonnets.
So the stuff that's popping up now is later stuff like bachelor buttons, which is really pretty. It's just not as full as I would have wanted it to have people come out and like take pictures, but that's fine. It was minimal effort. I can just kind of let it sit. All the flowers in the summer will die back and kind of like throw seed, and then in the fall I'll mow it down, and then it'll regrow, and I'll add a lot more seed for next year and make sure I stay on top of the ants. I've also got to get the house finished painting, get the inside kind of spiffed up, and yeah, hopefully maybe by the end of the month, beginning of May, we'll start being able to have people come out to the U-pick field, which is the thing that I'm most excited for. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you are local and you want to get info on our farm and events coming up, make sure you sign up for our newsletter. So go to my website, www.summerskygardens.com. I'll link it below, and you should get a little pop-up where you will sign up for the newsletter. You also get a free summer growing guide for stuff that you can grow at home that's really easy. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video.